Hey guys, welcome back and thanks for joining me for the sixth episode of the Daredevil TV Journals. I just watched and this episode will be filled with spoilers for the Daredevil Netflix series, Episode 6, Condemned. So with that said, let's get right into it. I loved this episode. It was so cool, so intense, and kind of simple. There was not like a whole lot going on in the side. You had a little bit with Foggy, a little bit with that reporter guy. Mostly we just got to focus in on Daredevil, Fisk, and Vladimir in this episode, and I loved it. It was awesome. It was very intense. There was some great moments in this episode, and it was a good follow up to the past two episodes, World on Fire and Washed in the Blood, or In the Blood. I don't know. Just like the standoff between the police and Daredevil, and knowing that some of the cops are corrupt, but some of them aren't, and you can't tell which is which, and which makes you just hate. You hate corruption in general, because the one guy that ends up walking in there, you can't blame him for ratting out Daredevil and telling the cops where he is, because he's just doing his job. He is willing to sacrifice himself to take down the bad guys, or at least that's what he thinks he's doing. And but again, it doesn't help Daredevil, and you're just sort of mad that the bad guys can play the good guys against each other and profit from it. But this episode is for sure all about Daredevil, Vladimir, and Fisk, all trying to play off each other, and each of them trying to beat the other. Daredevil trying desperately to get Vladimir, not necessarily on his side, but just some information out of him, some way to take down Fisk. Fisk trying to get at Daredevil and Vladimir before anything can happen between them. And Vladimir just sort of hating to give in to either of his enemies. And he ultimately having to pick a side. He chooses to side with Daredevil because he's the one that he hates less. Vladimir hates Daredevil less than Fisk. Vladimir and his brother have been such great villains, and I'm so surprised. When I first saw them, I fully expected them to be just like, whatever, guys, we have to get through to get to Fisk. But they weren't. I will remember Vladimir every time I think of Daredevil. And I will, more than his brother, just because we get more time with him. And I'm so happy that that's the case. I hope that's the case with every villain on the show. Maybe that's asking too much. They've proved they can do it. The sort of respect that he has that the audience gets for Vladimir, and that he gets for Daredevil after seeing what he's willing to go through to obtain his goals. His semi-heroic death at the end to get Daredevil time to get away. I guess we didn't really see him die, but I think he is. And this episode was a great testament to what Daredevil is willing to do to help people, ultimately to take down the bad guys. And he's not compromising. He does not want to kill, and he will not let himself kill. Although he just won't let himself kill these bad guys. But that being said, he will do everything to take them down and to stop them from hurting people. And Fisk, and his sort of almost genius at pitting Daredevil against Vladimir. He has taken down the Russians, and he is hoping to take down Daredevil just in the space of a few hours. He's eliminating his enemies. Now, ultimately, what makes this episode sort of a victory is that Vladimir and Daredevil did not give in to the beating they took, even though they did take a beating. And ultimately, Fisk lost this small confrontation, because Fisk was hoping for either Daredevil to kill Vladimir and Daredevil to come to his side, maybe, like the one-time offer, or for Fisk or for Vladimir to not give Daredevil anything, and then Daredevil not have any information on him. But they pushed through, and they together beat Fisk in this one match. And it was such an intense, awesome episode. I cannot wait for the next episode, and this is now one of my new favorite shows on TV, officially. Or on Netflix. It's one of my new favorite TV shows. and I'm having so much fun with this. Marvel, you guys are awesome. Alright, with that said, thank you guys so much for joining me. Click here if you want to see any more of my Daredevil TV journals, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.